Hey guys, Ultimate Wolf 52 here, and today I am going to be watching videos. I'm gonna be watching if I could find it. Where was it? I'm going to be watching. Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't freaking find it. Can't find it. Oh my gosh, come on. Listen, we're gonna be watching the Green Goblin versus Green Goblin. Who would win in a fight?
Out there. Just another reminder that this video does not. There have been 3 different actors who donned the iconic role of the Green Goblin on the silver screen so far, or if you want to count Chris Cooper's portrayal of Norman Osborn. It's sad to say though that the only one that physically looks the closest to Gobby's comic book counterpart was the original motorbike costume. But anyways, you've read the title. In this video, we will be comparing the statistics and character traits of James Franco's version of the cynical fallen friend
I like
and
James Franco, he's a pretty good actor.
Unstable creature to see who would win in a fight. Sorry for those of you who are looking forward to seeing Willem Dafoe's representation being on here.
Also,
this
Willem
is the battle
Dafoe
between the new
is
goblins.
a pretty good actor
For those of you
too.
new folks out there, just another reminder that this video does not serve to claim one portrayal being better than another, or one actor being inferior to another. So calling one fake because of the overuse of CGI won't be taken into consideration because, well, I mean, it's a movie. All of it's fake. Seriously, these are fictional characters from a fictional comic book in a fictional fight. This is purely made just to determine who would win in a fight for entertainment purposes. Also, I love both actors. Dane DeHaan has an amazing talent, and Franco knocks everything he is in out of the park. Okay, now for the actual video. To measure both of the Osborns' abilities, we will analyze each of their strength, speed, intellect, equipment, and endurance. So first category is up. Both goblins possess enhanced strength as a result of the secret goblin formula. Or that spider venom serum that also gives you a K-pop star haircut. In their own films, they were able to stand toe-to-toe with their own respective best friend. But while Dane DeHaan's interpretation trumps Andrew Garfield's for a few minutes, he gets knocked out within seconds and barely leaves a mark on Spidey. Well, physical damages, that is. Emotional damages, well, yeah, he probably got emotionally scarred. I pray for you, Peter. Raimi's character, on the other hand, showed that he could physically hurt Spider-Man. This Osborn was able to keep up with the symbiote-possessed Spider-Man longer than Sandman did. And you gotta remember, that symbiote factor is like a Super Saiyan booster right there. So really, Franco's Osborn is like a Super Saiyan 2. I mean, seriously, he ripped that brick wall off like it was nothing. Look at that, that's pretty slim thick. Overall, yes, both Osborns have enhanced strength, but DeHaan's comes off more like a roided-up heroin addict, whereas Franco's is the last Saiyan of his proud warrior race. He was trying to kill me! He killed himself!
I remember that.
You know, I'm just kidding, right? I feel like there are gonna be those people out there like, Dragon Ball Z is totally Spider-Man, they're different Super Saiyan.
I remember that scene.
Nah, but seriously, Franco easily takes this one.
Damn. I already know who won. Who wins.
Pure speed is a huge factor in a one-on-one fight. I'm not gonna waste any time here as it's very clear who wins here. Franco's incarnation is just way too quick for DeHaan's. I'm not even sure if the writers were aware of what they were doing, to be honest. I mean, look, they actually did this cheesy turnaround and smile villain maneuver, and he just up and disappears. And we know that he couldn't have teleported somewhere because that's just not part of his power set. And plus, this guy turns around like, did you say something? And we also see Peter Parker scanning his environment after Harry seemingly vanishes out of thin air. And he has spider sense, so he would have known if Harry was still in the coffee shop hiding beneath the window. Which which of course he wasn't. Which means that this Harry Osborn can not only run super fast, but can also do it silently. Even though we already know who's faster between the two Osborns, let's just do some useless math for fun with useless information that probably never help you in this dark, cold planet we call Earth. The setting of this scene takes place in Desposito Coffee on Jane Street in New York. And according to LiveScience.com, because of Earth's curvature, the human eye can only visually perceive objects or humans up to 3.1 miles away. We didn't see Harry move at all before the truck obstructed our view of him. So that must mean the time he had to escape Peter's line of sight was equal to the time the truck spent covering our view of him. Well, that truck only obstructed Parker's view for about a second. So 3.1 miles in literally 1 second is 11,160 miles per hour. That's more than 14 times the speed of sound. Yeah, that's right. Take that, Quicksilver. This guy is more than 3 times faster than you. Well, not you. But you. But wait a sec, only being able to perceive things up to 3.1 miles is just for your average human being. But we're talking about Spider-Man, and his senses are like dialed up to plus 100 or something. In Spider-Man 2, we saw that Parker was able to spot a dead end 102 seconds away while he was on a train moving at 120 miles per hour. Connecting the dots, it may seem like there isn't really much of a difference. That's 3.34 miles away. But that actually makes him over 15 times the speed of sound, or Mach 15. Maybe he just, ran across the nearest block and hid behind a building. But that'd still be around 180 miles per hour under that amount of time. Listen, I'm sure the writers just wrote this in for a cheap cop-out and didn't mean for this to be taken literally. But this is a fictional fight from a fictional storyline, so screw it. Now let's take a look at his opponent. No, wait, there's nothing to show. But for real, most of the time we only see this Harry Osborn on his glider, and when he finally gets off his glider, he just gets knocked out. Whatever his speed may be, I'm sure it wouldn't be up to Mach 15. Hell, I'm sure that the writers of Spider-Man 3 didn't think the Goblin they wrote could run up to Mach 15. Anyways, another point to Franco.
I think Franco's gonna win this.
Intellect can mean a lot of things. It can be the measure of how fast you learn, it can mean how much you actually know, or it can mean how clever you really are. For this part, we're gonna consider all of these. As far as who's the faster learner, I think DeHaan's version beats Franco's. I mean, he knew to crawl to this life-saving suit he knew little to nothing about, knew that this specific model was his specific size, and knew precisely how to fly it without prior training. But for the last 2 parts, I think Franco would take it again. He actually uses his knowledge to invent new equipment and reverse engineer his father's old tools to make better models. And on the cleverness scale, he knew that the best way to attack Parker was not physically, but emotionally. He knew that having Mary Jane break up with him would kill him from the inside out, making the pain last longer and penetrate him deeper. But DeHaan's was just like, screw it, and just went in for the kill. The thing with that, though, is that it doesn't last longer. Peter could easily just have someone to blame. And that's Harry.
Yeah.
But you don't want that. What you want is for your enemy to suffer, to feel the dark void of hopelessness, to have that inner thought constantly reminding themselves that they themselves is the only one to blame for pushing their loved ones away. And after a good amount of time you have known that they go to bed crying themselves to sleep every night and waking up screaming, that's when you lay the smack down and say that you were the one that snatched, that you were the one who seduced her, that not only her, but you also betrayed him. When you see his mind collapsing in on himself, that's when you begin to hurt him physically. And once the dark deed has been done, you split his lover's skull. Plus, this dude was freaking out way too much over a virus that didn't kill his father for like another 50 years. He's over here acting like he's dying tomorrow. Franco's proves that he's superior in the fields of science and much more clever. Yet another point forward. Whoa. This is the first time you actually know who the winner of the versus matchup is this early. This is so awkward.
I think Franco's gonna win.
At this point, it's kind of useless to keep going, but let's do it anyways. As stated earlier, the original Harry Osborn clearly knew how to invent things, but the things at DeHaan's disposals are just much more advanced for Franco's timeline. Yes, Franco's does have a lot of cool gadgets, like a cool ski mask, a stylish jetboard, some rip-off wingdings, and a rave stick. But DeHaan's tech literally includes health regeneration. And remember, it isn't your low-cost, run-of-the-mill first aid kit for outside damages. It was for both inside and outside wounds. The exoskeleton was able to heal the virus infecting him inside of his body. Being able to do that on the fly is almost miraculous. He gets a full body metal plating as opposed to Franco's cloth and leather woven ski suit, deadly pumpkin bombs, grills, and a pizza cutter. Franco does have special weapons of his own like Batman-like gauntlets, but I'd have to say DeHaan gets a point here for health regeneration. And finally, endurance. The section that determined how long one could last in a ring. Apologies to DeHaan's version again, because this is an easy landslide victory for Franco. DeHaan went down after 2 collisions with walls, whereas Franco just took it again, and 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 again. Sure, he died towards the end by venom, but I think that's because anyone else would have died too with a pierce through the chest. This dude went through a lot. Without a doubt, James Franco takes the cake in this section. Here are the end scores and results. It became more evident that this versus matchup was very unbalanced the more I went on. I think this is probably...
Hope you guys enjoyed that video. To move there now. Peace out, guys.